haven't seen anything like this, so I'm quite...
I like the concept very much.
It's just been perfect.
I think it's really interesting to see how many people are really dealing with these things, and how they are the discussions are really very interesting so far, so I learned a lot.
I think it was absolutely perfect. I like the idea of having people get together and mixing people from a design background and a company background.
Design manager and
it's important to have these venues to make people come together and exchange ideas and do projects together, basically.
It's quite amazing that the background of everybody is so different, from users and the researchers and from all different fields. So the only thing that holds all these people together is they use materials. Of course, it is meeting those people. It's interesting to look into other fields. For example, the fabrics. I have nothing to do, being an architect, I have nothing to do with the fabrics, and there I learned something very new.
I work more with prototypes, and I see it more like building like a concept of how you can work with textiles in the future.
Well, my main interest is how we can design with this new material. So first, new materials need to be designed, but then designers and product developer also need to have more knowledge about how the material can be designed to really get hold of the qualities of new materials and see how it changes other things in an existing system and so.
Happy to present new materials and new techniques. It's always exciting to give information and motivate people to touch, to see and to talk with people directly, so as to make them feel the materials. It's so important.
Plastics, ceramics.
That's a concrete. There is optical fiber, put it in, so you can see the light through the concrete. So it's very, very exciting for an architect.
We are using a special fiber, so if there's no illumination behind the concrete, it looks like ordinary concrete. I think that's why it became kind of famous, because it's really a surprise.
I'm very interested in the discussion of how you take a new material and close the gap between it being recently developed and not usable and making it usable. I kind of get a bit worried when people just sit around and discuss how exciting new materials are without actually pushing them to the level where industry can go, thank you very much, I'll now go off and use that for something.
I've learned that everyone is struggling with how to get it into the market and how to actually use it in products, because there's so many ideas that everyone is thinking about, but to actually be able to use it in mass production is quite hard.
Very interesting, very interesting. You know, a lot of good comments and good discussion. It was very interesting. You know, it's a solid surface material that we.
Like you were saying, how to design with new materials. I think
together to make interesting. A little bit too short, as it always feels. I think you kind of start to dwell upon questions and ramble away, and then it's time's up. So it's always a little frustrating, but it was fun. Already met a lot of interesting people, and so I think it's very good for all of us.
Bridge over this gap, and
the main theme that's come today, that there seems to be a sort of gap between maybe some of the large companies and some of the innovators. Hopefully events like this perhaps bridge the gap a little bit. So. Everybody has been quite excited about meeting people from the engineering background and product design background, and I think the ideas are flying now.
there is a certain lack of input to the innovation phases in industry, and that's why we welcome the establishment of the Nordic Innovatheque, because it will represent a different kind of inspiration, it will represent a different source of knowledge, and it will be a transfer of both. Hopefully this day today has created curiosity. That's the start of every good innovation process.